Hey guys, today I'm editing a video that I made a couple weeks ago. In this video I was shooting a 30-06 at ballistic gel at 300 yards. And I had my phone set up by the ballistic gel, so I was videoing the block and the battery went down at the end. The video didn't turn out as good as what I wanted it to, but I thought I'd kind of re-edit the thing and put it up where you could see what I did. I've also got a bullet that I dug out of a deer that I shot at 30 yards. So at the end of the video, I'm going to show how the bullets that went through that ballistic gel compared to the bullet that I dug out of the deer. So I am going to be shooting the Remington Core-lokt. It's a 150 grain 30-06 and at 300 yards. I'm looking to get about 8 inches of drop there. So I do have a water bottle and a board behind there. See if I can catch that bullet. Now that target is at the edge of those woods over there. I've got cows. They went over there to check out what I was doing, so I am gonna have to wait till they move out of the way. But that is 300 yards. And my rifle is a Thompson Center Venture 2 30-06. And my scope's just a very inexpensive Simmons 8.3x9. Well, it looks like I'm gonna get the opportunity to shoot again. Probably end up moving that scope just a little bit. But I hit this board and you can see it reflected up and did go into the ballistic gel. But that bullet just fragmented like crazy. And you can see what lodged right there. A little bit of copper and stuff back there, but right there's where that main slug lodged. Of course, I have heard of them going in and then kind of coming back after kind of bouncing back. But anyways, I am fixing to try to shoot again and see if I can do a little better than that. I was aiming at the target up there to account for the drop due to the distance. So the battery did go down on my phone here. I don't know if it recorded the shots or not, but I ended up shooting a couple of times. One shot I missed off to the right, and then after that I hit low. I hit right there. So I did, after I hit low right there, I adjusted the scope, shot again, and I saw debris flying through the air. So I assumed that I hit the tray. So I pulled up what I thought was a little bit higher and shot again. And by looking at the block, it looks like this shot right here may have broke the tray. I really think that a piece of lead came out, or copper, because I can see, I don't know if you can see right in there, there's a dark spot. So I would be willing to bet a fragment came out and caused that board and the tray on that high chair to break. So I'm assuming that was my first shot that actually hit the block, and it kind of, for some reason, the trajectory went up and went right through there. Now there's another shot that hit right here, looks like, and it went through all the way through, and you can see pieces of copper, so it did lose some of its mass through there and went into the water bottle. I really think that there's a piece of that lead or the piece of that slug right there in the water bottle, so I'll get that out and take a look at it. That is a 20-inch block of ballistic gel, so you can see at 300 yards it'll shoot through that 20-inch block of ballistic gel. But it did stop in the water bottle just on the other side of it. I am going to look around on the ground, see if I can find a piece of lead from this shot, get a better look at this stretch cavity. not as impressive as it would be at a closer range, but that's right there is probably about the half of the block, which would be about 10 inches there. And I don't know if I pointed out, but there is an indentation right there on that board. I'm assuming that's where that shot hit. You'd think that bullet would actually be in this high chair. So right behind the board is where one of the bullets landed. And you can see it looks like it retained a good amount of its mass. And this is the one that came out of the water bottle. Getting at least a ½ inch of expansion there. That one's got some ends that are coming back wider than that, but this one looks like about a ½ inch. And look at what those bullets look like from the side. One other comparison I'm gonna make, I've got a bullet that I dug out of a deer. Shot the deer at 30 yards. The bullet I dug out of him hit one rib, and then it lodged down by his flank. So I'm gonna kind of compare that bullet to these. I really think the one at 30 yards mushroomed quite a bit more than these right here. But at 300 yards, you know, that's going to lose some velocity and lose some energy, so you'd expect it not to mushroom as much. Plus, I don't know, there's no rib bone in that ballistic gel, so that'll make a difference as well. But I'll just take a look at them and kind of get a comparison there. So these are the bullets. This one in the middle, that's a bullet I dug out of a deer, and I can see that it is pancaked flatter than the other two. These two are the ones I got out of the ballistic gel. You can see the body of that bullet is just longer. It didn't pancake as much on both of those. So that one that came out of a deer, a lot flatter. So this is a makeshift balance I built. I'm going to use BBs to kind of get an estimate of the weight of how much mass I retained or how much weight I retained. It's not going to be an exact science because they say these BBs, I believe, are anywhere from 5.1 to 5.4 grains, something like that. So I'm just going to calculate it as 5.25. Again, not an exact science, but it'll give me an estimate on how much weight retention I got from these bullets. First bullet here, I have 25 BBs. This is the second bullet, and it also balances with 25 BBs. Again, this isn't going to be an exact science, but maybe it'll get me close. I've got somewhere around 87.5% weight retention. And I believe that, again, that could vary, but the one I dug out of the deer, it was 100 grains, and that's about 67%. Well guys, hopefully you got something good out of this video. If nothing else, you can visually see how bullets pulled out of that ballistic gel or shot through that ballistic gel visually compare to something that came out of a deer at 30 yards. And as always, thanks for watching.